Hey there, Hofstra fans, and welcome inside the WV Mason Coaches Report. I'm Jackie Parsons, joined by head coach of the Hofstra softball team, Larissa Anderson. Coach, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure, Jackie. Thank you.
Now, you took 2 of 3 from Elon this weekend. It was the first time your team has seen Elon. What did you see from both teams this weekend?
Elon's a great ball club. Very impressed with the depth that they have in their pitching. All pitchers were distinctly different. They did a very good job in making those pitching adjustments when our hitters were getting on time. Quick hook, making a pitching change immediately, which disrupts our hitters' timing. Very impressed with their team overall. Great defensive team, made all the plays. And offensively, they have a lot of depth. They put the ball in play. They did not give up. They made their adjustments in the batter's box, and they made us work.
You had 2 shutouts from Taylor Perrone and Morgan Lashley on Saturday. Sunday was a little bit different. What did you see in terms of pitching that differed from Morgan's performance on Saturday to Sunday?
Morgan got into a little trouble early on, which is why I pulled her very, very quick in that first game, that game yesterday. She just didn't look fluid. She wasn't getting in a good landing position when she was throwing the pitch, so which is why I pulled her, because she had runners on base, so it's very hard to make adjustments pitch by pitch when obviously there's runners on base, because she doesn't want to make a mistake. So, which is why I pulled her and put Taylor in right away. Taylor did a great job for 6 innings. And then it just comes down to that 7th inning that we need to make some better pitches in those situations and not get runners on base and allow them to score those 3 runs.
And you mentioned the 7th inning. It's kind of been an issue for your team all season long, is finishing out those games. What type of mentality changes they're going from the 6th to the 7th inning that you see in your team?
I feel like they, and we talk about this all the time, but I feel like they are saying we only have to get 3 more outs rather than playing 1 out at a time, 1 pitch at a time. That they're getting caught up that it is the 7th inning. And they're playing not to lose rather than playing to win. And that's experience. You know, I look at the roster and yeah, we have 2 seniors on the mound, but again, they're only sophomores here at Hofstra. We have sophomores up the middle. And so it's that lack of experience of being in those situations, you know, where we had seniors up the middle last year. So I'm hoping that they start to get better in those situations. I talked to Taylor at great length yesterday after our game, and a pitcher, when they go into late in the game to shut down a team, they have to be better because they're facing the team the 3rd or the 4th time through the lineup. So they have to make better pitches, where she might be getting away with throwing the ball over the white part of the plate with good movement, where now she has to move to the black and get the batters to chase balls that are out of the zone rather than put the ball in the zone and just relying on movement.
Your team didn't have a high quantity of hits this weekend. They only had 7 against Elon on Sunday. Are you more concerned about the quantity or the quality of the at-bats? Are they getting hits at the right time, or do you want to see that drive up a little bit?
I'm not overly concerned with how many hits we got, because again, it's when you get them that really counts. What I am concerned with is that we didn't have very good quality at-bats with runners in scoring position, where we had runners in scoring position and we had easy outs. We were early, we flew out a lot. We didn't put a lot of pressure on the defense in those situations. And when you get into championship play, you're only going to have 1 or 2 opportunities to score runs. You're not going to have as many as we've had in some of our past games. So we have to make sure we bear down a little bit more in those pressure situations and have better at-bats. And whatever happens after that, you know, we have no control over the result, but our mentality has to be a little bit better with runners in scoring position.
And someone whose bat has been quiet at the plate this season has been Trippi. She gets 3 RBIs and a home run this weekend. How does that help your team progress, having her bat in the lineup?
You know, and it has been quiet, but she's had great at-bats. You know, I was joking with her yesterday. It's like she's playing Pepper with the defense because she's swinging at great pitches. She's on time. She's lining out, you know, almost every position in the infield and the outfield. And there's nothing you can do about it. And, you know, then she gets a base hit by a little bloop that drops into right field. So that's just the nature of her game. And you just got to stay positive, keep swinging at good pitches. The ball's going to fall every once in a while. And, you know, you could have 4 lineouts or you could have 4 bloops. So, you know, it's about the timing of when that happens. It was great to see that she had that home run. You know, it helps her confidence also. But I have complete confidence in her that, you know, I know that the ball will fall, and if she keeps doing what she's doing, you know, she'll get a break here and there.
And you moved Brielle Vesta up in the lineup a few weeks ago. How has she helped the lineup in terms of getting those key hits? And are you looking to make any other changes like that this season?
It's game to game. I look at who's hot, who's swinging the bat very well, who looks good in batting practice and BP, and who's really making sure that they know what they're trying to do at the plate. So I can't tell you if I'm going to make any changes. I like what we're doing right now. What I like about Brielle is that she knows what pitches she should be looking for. She was a little bit early this weekend. We spent a lot of time, especially because after Stony Brook, we got jammed to death. So we worked really hard on making sure that we didn't get jammed and we got the bat head out, which we did. And I'm happy that they made that adjustment. Now we got to get back to being on time.
Now, looking forward to this week, you have Syracuse, Fordham, and then the University of Delaware coming in. It's your last week at now the Bill Edwards softball stadium instead of the Hofstra softball stadium. What do you look to accomplish this week, having the last series at your home base?
Oh, it's a big week. It's a very, very big week. A lot of games, great competition. Obviously, you have a local rival with Fordham, an ACC school coming down, playing in the Bill Edwards Stadium on Tuesday. It's a very big week, so we have to make sure we get back on a roll. We only have 10 games left, so we have to go into the conference championships feeling really good about what we're doing, very confident, know exactly what we're able to do, and just get on a good roll so that we can carry it into the playoffs.
And as you mentioned, only 10 games left, a little over 2 weeks. It seems as if Hofstra has all but secured the second seed in the conference tournament. Looking forward to that, how has that played a part in the season in terms of the team's confidence and looking forward to the tournament?
We go in expecting and wanting to win the regular season title. Obviously, we need a little help if that's going to happen from here on. We're going to compete and work as hard as we possibly can to keep that number 2 seed in the seeding. And then when we go into the conference championships, and we can't look too far ahead, we just have to make sure we do and we take care of what we can take care of. We can't play outside of ourselves. We can't make poor decisions. We have to make sure we make all the routine plays. Something that we have to get back to doing is be fundamentally perfect. We've been making a lot of errors, and that's just trying to do too much rather than let the game come to us. So we have to make sure that over these next 10 days that we get ourselves back on track.
Head coach of the Hofstra softball team, Larissa Anderson, thanks for joining us, Jackie. And you can turn into the WB Mason Coaches Report each week on GoHofstra.com.